All right. We are live, and we have Cassandra first in the chat with Happy Diamonds and Pearls box set Purple Fams from the ATL, because the ATLians know how it's done. They're always the first in the chat. Thank you so much. I wish I could come to sign your book in the ATL, because I haven't been to the ATL in a long time. And my mama's coming tomorrow, so my mom, my sister, my aunt, they're coming to visit me, so they're bringing ATL to me. But definitely hunt me down for celebration or the symposium. And let's do a little snippet here.
This will be the day.
Oh, I like that. Hit that one more time.
Okay.
This will be the day.
That was dope.
Now, this will be my day because I still haven't gotten my box set. So
Right.
I am waiting. I'm waiting. And I
We're
haven't
both
listened to
waiting.
any. Yes,
Well,
we're
that's
both
where
waiting.
we're different.
See, that's where we're different. You
All
already
I can
listening.
Yeah, because I'm on my gift blue. That's I'm feeling that right now.
Indeed. All right. Oh, and we got some music. We don't have any Diamonds and Pearls music because you know how that goes. Make sure I'm playing the right. Yeah.
Oh, you can play this one.
Yes. This is kind of how I'm feeling today. Good morning,
So it
Christina.
reminds me of like would have been some kind of TV show or something like that.
Yeah.
Spin-off or something.
Indeed.
Oh, Lamont Davis and Tyrone Buster. Mama the Grits is cold on ABC.
I love this part.
Good morning. We see y'all.
Good morning, Christina in Minneapolis, which is the place to be. I wish I was in Minneapolis, particularly last night for the Diamonds and Pearls Super Deluxe listening party at Paisley Park, where they got to see Glam Slam 92. And they got to see what I Clutch My Pearls was the hologram video that Chris posted. Welcome, Real Line the DJ. Welcome, Melvin Rush. Welcome, Andre. Detroit is in the building. What up, though? We got our second ATLian. Welcome, Deja. Welcome, Nikki. Welcome, Nick Belden. Good morning, KMS 1984. Happy Saturday, fam, and Diamonds and Pearls weekend. Drea Dances. Hello, Lee Christian. Welcome, Mila.
That's my part right.
That's the way to do it, Andre. Andre, know what's up. Get yours from the record store.
You get drunk right here. All right, I'm ready.
All right. So let's talk a little bit about this, Andre. Ooh, I love this part. Yes, man. Yes.
Good.
They are, aren't they, though?
I heard about them.
I heard about them. Yep, I did too. Let me see what I can do here. Maybe let me do some zooming. So you can maybe see me a little bit better. I'm trying to figure this out. All right. So Andre, let's talk about the record store. I couldn't wait. So I sent my husband to the record store and Clutch My Pearls. They didn't have one copy because I was like, I can't wait. So our local record store didn't even have one. So there you go. So, but you're absolutely right, Andre. You should really be supporting your local record stores, particularly on Record Store Day, which is gonna have Get Off. I can't wait for that too. And so we got Disco Hicks. We got is it Letitia or Latasha? And Man Ray is with me. Haven't received mine yet as well. I'm also with you, Michael Dean. Gots to listen. The music is saving the lives of the Amazon and UPS delivery people for now. That's funny.
Isn't so?
Welcome.
That's the thing. Now we have to like we order in the physical record stores. They don't have them, so we have to wait. Now we got to wait for that's the experience now. You have to wait for the delivery. You got to time the delivery almost, but it's hard to do. So, thank
It's
God they
hard to
got, but yeah, it is tough. It's tough. I want
Yeah,
that digital.
it is. I want the physical. I really do. Cassandra's here. And I forgot to say, I got to say Cleveland. Cleveland's in the house with Myron. Good morning, Blade Brown. And great day from the ATL. Tanja, it's always a pleasure to have you here. Good morning, Chuck. Good morning, JD Washington. Still waiting for my physical DMP. So am I. So you're not alone. But I weakened and got digital to feed my addiction.
There you go.
Now we're not alone on that.
It ties you over.
It ties you
over.
over.
Taste of it. Until the bird come through. You get them hooked. The block is hot right now. Everybody's ready.
Everybody ready. I mean, I've been ready. Oh, we got Phil in the house. Mooches is back. Thank you so much for coming back. Oh my God. So my aunt who's coming tomorrow with my mama is coming from Columbus, Ohio. So welcome, LB. And let's see. TP's also waiting on my package from Amazon, trying to hold out and not hear or see anything. TP, you are a woman after my own heart. Yes, that's what we want to do. In the purple realm, I can see Morris and Jerome doing a TV comedy. Now, wasn't Morris in a show like back in the late 80s, early 90s? And was Jerome, or was it just
like hairdresser? Is it new attitude?
That sounds about right. Okay. So TL Foreman says you got both the vinyl and CD sets. Another incredible job by the estate.
You must live next door, brother.
Yeah. TL, are you on Twitter? Like, I still call it Twitter. Or are you on Facebook? Can you DM me? Because I want to send you a link. It would be great if you would come on and talk to us about it. Since you got both the vinyl and the CD sets. And let's see. Blade Brown said they clutched their pearls when my car finally got a charge.
Get broke.
Yeah, it's on the way. It's on the way. But I had already bought one anyway. So you know how it goes. Good morning, Stone Freak. Hi, Lisa. Look at Stone Freak just rubbing it in. I'm just kidding.
Nice.
I love that you got yours yesterday at 2:30. That's what I'm talking about. You got it in the midday. Love that.
What did it feel like when you saw that package at the door or wherever you saw it? You didn't open it, but you just saw like, yo, there go my box. Okay. What did that feel like? I need to hear from people how we need excitement in our lives, man. So
yeah. Actually, let me get up this banner. You can actually call on in. Let me see if I can make this work. Where is my banner? Here we go. So this is a number you guys can call. 253-205-0220 because we want to like get into the excitement because we don't have ours yet. So we need to get the energy from you to tide us over until we can get our copy in our hand. Yeah, call us.
Call me up.
Call and we'll get you on there. Look at this. We got Big Sexy in the house. Got his high resolution download, but still waiting on my vinyl. So
have next level something.
Yes. I wish I could actually go listen to it at Big Sexy's house because I'm sure he has. Awesome.
Hello, hello, caller. You are on the air. You're gonna have to turn that. As they say, turn the volume down, caller.
Hello,
Hello, can you hear us?
Mr. Dean. What's up, man? This is Simon Stone. What's up, bro?
What up, Simon? Man, you
Hi,
jumped in
Simon.
quick. So we need to hear your story, sir. You tell us about the excitement of getting that box.
Oh man, let me tell you. So originally, Amazon said it wasn't gonna be here till like 10, right?
Mm.
So my Prince wife Roseanne, we were kind of like joking about it. We were sending memes that we didn't like
Wait,
it more with
Simon. Simon.
yeah.
I'm just sorry.
Huh?
It's early over here. I might have misheard. Did you say my Prince wife?
Oh yeah, Roseanne and I. It's like a running joke we have. We call each other Prince wife and Prince husband.
Hilarious.
In the early days, we used to always go back and forth with Prince lyrics all day on Twitter.
Got you.
So it's just, I'm not that lucky that she would marry me in real life. My luck don't run that good. So,
well, shout out to Vanessa. I believe who you're talking about. So I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, my luck don't run that good. But so it originally said it wasn't coming until 10 o'clock last night, and then what happened at like 2, for the first time ever, Amazon actually knocked on my door. They usually just throw it on the door and keep it moving. And I get like an email. But yesterday somebody knocked on the door.
Wow.
So I work from home. So I've like run to the door to see what it is. I'm thinking it's like maintenance. And it was a guy from Amazon. And he was like, I didn't want to just put this down because I've never seen anything like this. So
Nice.
It comes in actually the diamonds, it has the pearl emblems on the outside of the box.
Mm.
So I came in, I said I needed to go on a break at work, opened it up. Man, this thing is beautiful on the inside. It's beautiful. Like
nice.
So you have 2 parts. You have the book, which it has a DVD in it. The book is like incredible. It's big. Miss D'Angela, your part is dope. I mean, really proud to see that. And then the other part, I'm looking at it now. The other part is where the CDs are. The DVD is in the book, and then the CDs are in a separate part. And that looks, I mean, it's really nice. They really did a good job with this one. I mean, kudos. I think it's a little bit better as far as appearance wise than the Sign of the Times set. It really looks great. And I was excited. I don't think I did a lot of work yesterday because I kept listening to the songs, and I had to. It was great. I haven't watched the DVD yet. I will today. But
what's the song that you keep going back to so far?
I'm still stuck on Alice Through the Looking Glass.
Okay.
Still stuck on that one. That one to me is just like, woo. I love is it Something Funky This Way Comes? I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a rehearsal with just Levi, Michael Bland, and Prince. I think that's the one. It's just a rehearsal where you can actually hear Prince like directing them the whole thing. It's not even the song yet. It's just him kind of saying, okay, do the change. Come here and do this. And okay, I'm going to do a solo now. Y'all be ready to do, that was dope. Just hearing him kind of playing at the same time, knowing exactly where he wanted to direct the song. That to me was just dope. So those are the things that are really grabbing me first. I was really I like the extended version of Thunder because it was I didn't expect it to have so much happen. That was kind of cool too. So I'm still getting into it, man. But I kind of like you, Mr. Dean. I love the New Jack Swing stuff. I know that's not everybody's cup of tea, but it's a lot of New Jack. So I'm like, wow, why didn't he put this out back then? Right? I think it would have been, so I don't know all the names yet, but it's some good stuff on here.
Simon, man, we appreciate you sharing that. Well, we got other callers, but man, thank you so much for giving us that
go ahead, man. I'm sorry, I'm just talking y'all to death.
And more,
no.
Yeah, man, and shout out to Prince wives out there. I love that. That's the next shirt.
Hey, man, y'all have a good morning.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Love it. So the line is open. Somebody was trying to call in. I'm sorry, but shout out to Simon. Here we go. Welcome to Roscoe's. Call, you're on the air. Can you hear me? Area code 2.
You call me? Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Sir, you're on the air. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. How about you, man?
Man, blessed. We listening to people talk about some Prince today. So did you get your CD set or vinyl or something? Or you just
Oh
calling
yeah.
in?
By the way, this is Dr. Claude calling, and I did get the box set yesterday. I was expecting it today, but they surprised me, and it showed up at the house yesterday.
Nice. So tell us about the experience. You opening it up, man. What did you play first? What are we doing?
Well, I went directly to the bonus material. Although I did listen to "Money Don't Matter Tonight" a couple of times just to hear what it sounded like on the new remaster.
Mm.
But I went to the vault material immediately and started with "Schoolyard." Surprised that got collected on there. But the song I really wanted to hear in the vault quality was "Don't Say Do You Love Me." Don't Say Do You Love Me. That's one of my favorite Prince joints. The one I thought was hilarious was "Work That Fat."
Okay.
That was Prince in rare form. Kind of got those Bob George vibes.
Yeah.
The other one I thought was pretty amusing was the early version of "Live to Love." Some of the lyrics that Prince had on the rap version. I was kind of cracking up at that. There was a lot of like just really nice music on it. "Open Book," "Get Blue," to mention "Alice," "In the Looking Glass." What is it? "Stranded at the Altar." Like these are a lot of these songs that I wasn't as familiar with in the Prince group discussion community, but like I was really, really, surprised by those songs, and really nice to hear a lot of those songs. And just in general, like "A Letter to Miles," for example, there's a lot of just. I think the thing I appreciate most about this era of Prince is his singing. Like there's a lot of multi-track Prince singing. There's a lot of just Prince just like going back to his falsetto voice as the lead, which he wasn't really doing in the latter part of the 80s. And I feel like, you could definitely feel the shift in what Prince was trying to do with his sound with this album. And just like the last caller, my experience opening that box and seeing like the big pizza box, that's what I call it, with the printed pearls on it, kind of remind me of the Sign of the Times with the big peace sign on the front, also pizza box. Really nice looking album cover and set. Shout out to D'Angela, because I heard she wrote part of the booklet that went with it.
Yeah.
As did Darling Hastings. So, it was a good experience, man. I mean, this is a great release. It's giving me a lot more appreciation for this album and what Prince was doing in this era. And Mike, there's one thing I do want to say too, and I might have said this the last time I called into your show. When I was listening to the podcast, by the way, I think D'Angelo is right. If you don't want to be spoiled by the music on this album, don't listen to it, but listen to it after you get it, for sure, because there's really some really vital conversations being had there. What it reminded me of is that on your podcast, you got a lot of these conversations before this point, like Des Dickerson, like Tony M, like Gayle King and Dr. Fink, and like a lot of people who've been in and around Prince. And it just really made me appreciate it. Like, the official people trying to take notes from Michael Dean on this one. But like I said, I always appreciate what y'all doing. I'm glad that you guys are doing this every week. This is vital to keep the name of Prince alive and let people know like the music is still out there. I'm glad that it's out there for people to appreciate and to really learn about why are people so much on Prince. I asked the question. I loved Prince growing up, but I didn't understand why people were so much until I really learned for myself. That's all I got to say, man.
Thank you, sir, man. We appreciate that. I love hearing firsthand accounts. Me and D'Angela, thank you so much for calling in, man. And keep doing what you're doing, man. I see you be hosting all them Facebook spaces. I catch you. I'll be listening.
Thank you.
All right, sir. All right. Well, the lines are open, but man, this is a great way to start the morning to hear people get in that box set. I forgot to ask him, did he say he had the vinyl or CDs?
I want to say both. Dr. Claw. Let us know, Dr. Claw, in the chat. Did you get the CD and the vinyl, or just one or the other?
And area code 202. Hello. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hello. What's going on, y'all? It's Prince Malik.
What's happening, man?
Hi.
What's going on, brother? Hey, D'Angelo.
Hi. How are you doing today?
I'm excited, man. This it's just like I was telling somebody the other day, because somebody asked me, did I have Schoolyard, and I had like 10 different versions. I mean, it wasn't alternate versions. It was just 10 versions of the same song but different track times. And then I was like listening near the end because I hadn't heard the song in so long, and I was just like, yo, this sounds like it should be longer. It's just abruptly cut off, and then I'm just glad that we got the full version of Schoolyard and all the other outtakes now that are officially released. I feel good.
Nice. Yeah, one thing looking at the set list or the list of the songs and listening to some, it reminds me, like, I was like, wow, remember these were on bootlegs back in the day, and you never really got to hear them in their pristine quality, but here we are full circle. Finally, like I would have never imagined they would be releasing this stuff, and it just sounds great. So
I agree. Awesome. And that, because like I said, when we first became Facebook friends before my other account got hacked way back in the day, you and I were kind of into the outtakes when a lot of people weren't really hip. They were different. Like I tell people, there's different levels to being a Prince fanatic or Prince enthusiast. I like to say enthusiast or whatever. Where we had a lot of stuff back then. A lot of people were just the people who always buy every CD but never knew about the unreleased stuff. So to hear some of this stuff, but also for me, just seeing stuff come to fruition, like Lorianne, like Streetwalker, like the Rosie Gaines stuff, and his version of Pain and everything like that. I read about it, but I never thought I'd ever hear it. You know what I mean? Because we had our sources where we got a lot of stuff. We're just fortunate, but now it's even better because there's a lot of stuff I never even heard of. It's like, yo, where'd this song come from?
Yeah, man. What's some of your go-to stuff so far you've been listening to on here?
Yeah, so it's just like some of the stuff is like, when you look back at it, it's like you just said, pristine quality. It just sounds amazing, and I never thought I would see Work That Fat as a official release.
Right.
Nice, you know, man. So I'm just thankful and grateful I was able to get it and everything just in time and everything. So it's just a joy. And I'm just mad because I don't have a record player anymore, even though I did get the vinyl, because D'Angelo knows how I am. I have to get every source. I did get the vinyl too. I know it would probably even sound better on vinyl.
Hey man, at least you got it. Well,
you know. So how you been, D'Angelo?
Okay.
I've been doing good, but I'm still waiting. So I'm like on pins and needles trying to get my copy, and I can't listen to anything. So anytime I have everything on mute whenever I go to a site to make sure I don't hear any snippets.
If either of you need the Glam Slam video or the Special Olympics video, let me know, because I've already transcribed it to MP4 files. So if y'all need those, so some people don't have the technology to do all that.
I still have yeah, thank you, but I am going to rock the Blu-ray because I'm a video and audio quality nerd.
If anybody out there who's
okay, wait, Prince, sir, yeah, we're not gonna be not on this platform. We're not. Go out and buy it.
My bad.
Go out and buy it.
Yeah, we really want people to go out and buy
it. Hey, Mike, Michael, like the old Hey Love album. No way, my brother.
That's right. You got to buy your own. I mean, like, hey, y'all got the download links right here, y'all. No. Not.
I mean, I get it. I mean, definitely, I want them to support as much as possible too, or whatever.
Absolutely.
I feel you.
Well, man, thank you.
Finally talking to Michael. Definitely good for me. You know, getting to talk to you, Mike, and everything.
Man, it's my pleasure, sir.
So I'm gonna let y'all go. Y'all have a blessed day. It's homecoming weekend, so I'm about to get out of here. Usually I stay listening to the podcast, you know, for the next hour or so, but I gotta get out of here, get ready for this game. So y'all have a blessed day. Enjoy. Whenever you do get it, D'Angelo, you're gonna be blown away.
All right.
Thank you.
You got yours already?
Say what
You
now?
got yours already, Michael?
It's coming next week.
You got yours already?
Coming Thursday. Bro, we're gonna let you go, man. Thank you so much. Please appreciate you. We got another caller on the line. Area code 313. Where you calling from? What's your name?
I am calling from Detroit. How are you?
I'm good. What's going on in Detroit? What's your name, sir?
Andre.
Have we talked
313 is Detroit. What up, though? You guys all right?
Man, we good, man. We want to hear from you, sir.
Okay.
Did you get that box set?
I did. So a week ago, I called, this record store that I normally go to. They see me every 2 years when the Prince box set comes out. So they were like, yeah, we're going to put me on the list.
Nice.
Put me on the list. They put me on the list. And they called me Thursday. I was like, oh, okay. I went up there and got it Thursday. Unfortunately, it wasn't in the pizza box deal, like the sign of the times. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they cracked it open or something. But hopefully it will not be like the Janelle Monáe, one of my other favorite artists. I did buy her CD, and I hadn't opened it yet. So I need to open her CD, listen to it. But it's a Prince. It's going to get cracked open, right?
Absolutely. Good. Shout out the name of the store you went to.
Yeah.
Where was that at?
Oh, Street Corner Music. It's in Oak Park, Michigan. Probably about a 5-6 minute drive from Detroit.
Okay.
Yeah. And the first thing I'm going to do, I'm not going to listen to the music. I'm going to crack the book open and read D'Angelo.
Okay.
That's going to be the first thing I'm going to do. And
Andre.
And Michael, are you ready? Are you ready, Michael?
Man, I'm ready for that video.
Good.
I'm ready.
No, this is what I'm asking. So I think the Prince community has cracked that door open to the estate. Now, you know what I'm saying? We've got D'Angelo, got Darlene Nisi writing, you know what I mean? Like they're writing scholarly information, scholarly text in these box sets. And Michael, they're going to track you down and they're going to ask you, listen, we need you to write a dissertation for this parade box set we're about to release.
Nope. And I'm going to say,
are you ready?
I'm going to say, I appreciate it, but I'm good. I want to be the fan. Nah.
Okay.
Nah, man. But I appreciate that. I'll stay in my lane.
I think it's too late. You're on the radar. Because what the previous caller said, well, a lot of these things that we listen to or we read, we get it from your podcast. Like if they're going to interview people from the Diamonds and Pearls eras, you already did that, bro, right?
Oh,
so they're coming for you.
Absolutely. Well, no, behind the scenes, we all get.
Yeah.
They ask, hey, how did you get that person? Here's their number. Man, I'm a fan, so yeah.
Okay, but before I go, you can hire me for a ghostwriter if you don't want to use your team.
Now the truth is coming. Hilarious.
D'Angelo, congratulations. I appreciate you guys Saturday. You guys have a great weekend.
You too, man. Thank you for calling in, man. I really appreciate that. That's dope. And enjoy the music, sir. All right. There we go.
All right. Like AJJ is saying, where are the ladies at?
Right. Well, I was diverting to my other line. So that's the other shit.
You are hilarious. All
Prince
right.
wife.
So Prince wife.
A journey through the Prince community. Prince wives and Prince husbands. Prince side. Yeah, okay. Anyway.
So I don't know if everybody knows my story, but I actually have a real Prince husband. So I actually met my husband when I was 18 or 19. I was 18 or 19, and we met at a record store convention because they used to have those back in the day in Atlanta looking for Prince bootlegs. We were in the Prince bootleg section.
That's dope, though.
Yes. Make a long story short, we dated for a couple years. We lived together. He asked me to marry him then. I said no. He thought I meant no, never, but I really meant no, not now. And he disappeared. And he reached out to me. I did break his heart. And he reached back out to me once Prince passed, because I was doing the Grown Folks Music podcast, and I did a Jill Jones podcast, and I was like, I need Jill Jones' version of Our Destiny. And he reached out to me and says, I got it. And then we got married 27 years later from the original. So that's Prince brought us together twice. So I got a real Prince husband. And I know that there are a lot of other Prince couples out there in the world. Yep.
What
Every
was the
day.
bootleg? You don't remember what bootleg y'all was initially?
I don't remember what the bootleg was. Maybe he does. He has a better memory than I do, but it was probably 90, 91. So it might have been, it could have been any number of things. Because the record store conventions had a lot of stuff back then. I miss those days, but now it's called Discogs, right? So.
Oh, okay. Man,
Yeah.
my man put in some work. That was persistence, and that was love. That was love.
Yes, it is definitely love. It really is. All right. So many people are getting theirs on the spot. This is so exciting. So I know we're going to be losing people, because if I were you, I was like, off.
watching the podcast, and then you hear the delivery.
Yeah.
That's dope.
And that's what Kim's doing, listening to a couple of Vault songs until my box comes. And then Lee says, I'm afraid the call might cost as much as the box set from the UK to US. I understand.
I think we got a caller on the line. Caller 310.
Hi, this is Brian in Centralia, Washington, and I got a different perspective. I
wait.
subscription to Tidal.
Right. Did you say Centralia, Washington?
I did say Centralia, Washington, home of the outlets.
That's what's up, man. I'm in Washington. I know Centralia.
I know you.
Yeah.
I know you up the road. Road.
Salute to you. Go ahead.
But I have a different take. I did not order any of the box sets.
Okay.
But I subscribed to Tidal back when Prince allowed his material to be on that platform, and that's the way that I get to listen to the music. But I'm disappointed I don't get access to the video. I would really like to see that Glam Slam video, because I'm a cat from Los Angeles, and I used to go to Glam Slam Los Angeles back in the day, and when Prince would hit the stage about 2:00 in the morning after we've been dancing all night. And I just want to say much respect to what you guys are doing to keep Prince alive for the past, present, and future fans. And I really enjoy what you guys are doing, and I really enjoy Prince's music.
Well, man, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you got to get in, listen how you can. So I love Tidal, and man, salute to you. Thanks for sharing, man.
So the one thing I will say, though, that there is Get Off Live. You can actually see that clip on the Prince YouTube channel. So it's not the entire show, but at least you get to see a snippet of it.
I have an idea about that video and videos like that, but we'll get into that later.
All right. So we still, where are the ladies at?
They listening to Prince.
That's what they're doing. They're listening to Prince. All right. So while we're waiting for some more people to call, particularly if you've gotten your box set, or if you just got your box set and you want to share it with us, what the excitement's like, because I've never done an unboxing, but I think I'm going to do one today. If I get it today, I'll probably going to come back on and open it up, because I've been waiting for this for a very long time. Now, I absolutely love this photo of opening the box. This was on Twitter, and if you click on the image on the slideshow, which is on the homepage of the book club website, which I need to find here, you can go down and do that. Or you can just Google Twitter Ingrid and her last name, and you can see this amazing photo. And so I just wanted to share it because I thought I haven't seen one like that. And then we also need to know, probably anybody who went to this last night is not listening to us, because they're probably, one, still in Minneapolis, or two, they're tired. But I'm curious, do we have anybody in the audience that actually went to the official Diamonds and Pearls Super Deluxe album release party last night, where they showed the Glam Slam 92 show on Paisley Park sound system? I would have gone, but I had a work conference that I was hosting and facilitating about generative AI. So I was on lockdown yesterday and the day before, so I couldn't get to Minneapolis. But one of my favorite things to do is to either watch Prince in Paisley Park or listen to Prince on the soundstage at Paisley Park, because it sounds so darn good. So I am very grateful and thankful that I went to Celebration when they did the big screen version of that show with the MPG Live, and they had soloed only Princess and Rosie stems. I don't think that can ever be topped. I mean, it was because the show is so on fire. I can't wait for you to see it, Michael. You're going to be like bouncing off the ceilings, because this is like one of the most high energy. And I mean, we expect high energy from Prince, but this is like a level above the level in terms of just like high energy. It's insane. He's extremely happy. And I just love seeing happy Prince perform. And you can tell that he really didn't want to stop. You know, they had a curfew and they had to stop, but he would have just kept it going. Yeah.
Wow.
So I can't wait for you to see that, Michael. And everybody, I can't wait for you to see that. If I were you, the first thing I would do is, if you have the access to play the Blu-ray as loud as possible, because it's going to be an incredible experience.
Yeah.
And Myron says, I love everyone's excitement, but I never liked Diamonds and Pearls. That's okay. Just get into the excitement. Trust me, if you watch, Myron, listen, if you watch the Glam Slam 92 show, trust me, you're going to love Diamonds and Pearls. It's going to become your #1 Prince album of all time. Just wait. Watch that Glam Slam 92 show. So,
Elena, call in. You say you just got back from Minneapolis. Call the number.
Just back from Minneapolis. Call in, or even better, if you can, hop on the screen. I will send you a link if you want to. I don't know where you are. Meaning, like, I don't know if you're back or if you're like in the airport or something like that. Give me 1 second. But we would love to hear from you. So I just sent you a link. Yep.
While we're waiting for that, just off topic for a second, I was in the car the other day. You know, Prince have these songs that I'm slow, game goofy, if you will, and I sometimes I don't know what they be talking about, but I'll be singing along. What is the song Martika's Kitchen about? That's what I thought. I love this song. And I'm like, this is a great happy pop song. But then I was like, maybe he's actually talking. It's not necessarily the kitchen.
I thought it was the kitchen.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong. But I was like, I started thinking, I'm like, man, that would have been wild.
Where's C. Lee where you need him?
Or did he just give her this and it's like, you're gonna love this? She was like, listening to it, like, oh, okay, well, this is Prince. Yeah, this is great. This is great. But I love this. One of my favorite songs I knew. But it's just one of those songs I'd be like, man, he was funny. He was very slick.
I want to read. Hold on. Okay. This is on Prince Vault about Martika's Kitchen. It says tracking was on January 11th, 1991 at Paisley Park Studios in Chanhassen, Minnesota, on the same day as Open Book and Spirit. In the liner notes, because I wasn't aware of this, for the expanded 2018 re-release of Martika's Kitchen Reheated Edition, Martika discussed the song's recording. So
really?
I remember sitting in Prince's office for our first meeting. He said, "Welcome to Paisley Park. I wrote this last night knowing you were on your way," and handed me a sheet of paper with the handwritten lyrics of Martika's Kitchen on it. The first thing I said was, "Can I hear it?" He told me, "It's in my head." That's pretty cool. It's in my head. I was excited to have my very own Prince Pen theme song filled with sexy personality and so much playfulness. I got a real kick out of the old style double entendre. Double entendre. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Lyrics. And then in February 1991, Prince reused the musical backing of Martika's Kitchen for 2 entirely separate tracks, Work That Fat, which is on the box set, and Boom Box. Prince's version of Martika's Kitchen was released on the Diamonds and Pearls Deluxe edition. So it sounds like, Michael, you need to hunt down Martika's Kitchen, the reheated edition. I knew nothing about that. Who has a reheat? Does anybody in the chat have the reheated edition? And if so, can you pull it out and actually see if she said anything more about Martika's Kitchen?
I think we have a special guest on the line. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Tammy.
Hi, Tammy.
Oh, hold on. You know what? Hello, hold on. Can you hear me? I can, but they can't hear you. Let me have you call back in 1 second, okay? Okay. You know what? I have to unplug and plug in this technical.
Okay. No problem.
1 second.
Some of these comments are kind of funny about Martika's Kitchen.
All right. Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? It's not. All right. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me now? No. Oh, can you guys hear me out there?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I'm like, can you hear me like this? Looking at me. Say something.
I thought you were talking about Tammy.
No. Okay, hold on 1 second. Hilarious. Actually. All right. We'll do it live.
Hello, good afternoon.
Oh, yeah. Is this Tammy?
Yes.
What's up? All right, we got you
Nothing
back on the
much.
line. Can you guys hear Tammy now?
Yes.
Okay.
I can hear you, D'Angela. Hey, how you doing?
Hi, how are you? I can't wait to hear about last night.
Oh my gosh. So just, got off the plane, landed, came home, get myself, showered and stuff. So first off, we get there about 5:30 or so. It was a little, they weren't set up yet, so we had to sort of circle around, and we went to go see the memorial sign on the highway. Get into Paisley Park, and it is like brick out there, like frigid. Like it felt like it was 20 degrees or so. So we get in, and everyone's dressed really nicely. And the program starts with a panel, and it was Tony M. and the gentleman who remastered some of the sound recordings from the Diamonds and Pearls, and also Tommy Barbarella. So those were the guest speakers. I just want to get into a little bit about what, and I'm so exhausted, guys. I've had an hour or two of sleep. I forgot the person's name who did the remastering, but he said that it was really difficult because with the tech, there wasn't that much technology. So when you're hearing all of these reels and you're hearing the horns and then 2 mics, and it was a lot to sort of comb through and strip it down. So what we have now and what they've done is really masterful. And also congratulations to Charles Spicer as well, who had his hand in it as well. So after the conversation,
Are you talking about Chris James, or was it someone else?
Chris James, yes, Chris James, yes, he led the discussion. He was sort of like the moderator, and he gave a little bit of insight about what the experience was going back to all of this music and cleaning it up, basically. So yeah, that was interesting to hear. And we also had a chance to see, you know how the original CD was holographic? We had a chance to see raw how they were filming that. So basically they had Prince, Diamond and Pearl on this sort of circular thing, spinning it round and round, sort of like how you have the 360 cameras now. So it was really ahead of its time. So you're seeing Prince close his eyes, open it. Someone has a cigarette and his hand is going up and down the pearls. It was really amazing to see that raw footage. But Glam Slam Live, I've been listening to it for the past 2 weeks. I don't have the box set yet because a little bit expensive now. I'll kind of wait, but it's all up on Tidal, so I've been sort of absorbing it while I was on my travels yesterday. So some standouts for me is Blood on the Sheets, Dark Side, Skip to My You, which was originally for Javetta Steele. So she covered the song as well. But I cannot mention again how that sound is so crisp in Paisley Park. And when you guys get your Blu-rays or your DVD, whatever it is, it's going to be really amazing, especially with 4K TVs, the 8K TVs. Yeah. So if you guys have any questions, I'm here to like fill you in while it's fresh in my brain.
So what was the reception like? Go ahead, Michael. I don't know. I'm sorry I talked over you.
No. We're basically what was the how was the turnout? You're saying what was the reception like?
The turnout was good. It was sold out. You went in. You had to. Well, I did VIP. We did VIP, which covered parking as well. Crave, the restaurant Crave was the one who catered the food. So it wasn't a lot of choices, but better than what we've seen in the past. What was missing was dessert because I'm a little my little sweet tooth wasn't met, but it was good. There was of course vegetarian food and full house again. I will say that I had to get up and stand on the side because Willing and Able comes on, like that's my jam, and really good to have Tony M get his flowers because he was really in a hard space at that time. When you really think about it, you have Prince who's pushing him to sort of like, listen, man, do your thing, and hip hop community like, oh, what is this? So for Tony M, he frames well in that pocket of bridging the hip hop with Prince, and also Prince dipping into hip hop and New Jack Swing. Of you guys, I know you're like, what? When I hear certain songs, I'm like, wow, this is Teddy Riley all over it.
Yep.
Just with the yes, just with the arrangement. So it was the '90s, and that was Prince's gangster glam, if you will, instead of it being the grit of the hardcore gangster rap of the '90s. This was his little stamp on it, and it's aged very well. And Rosie Gaines, her voice, like just the whole band was just tight. The horn section, everything. So it was very well done. But what I will say is that I think there should be, it's just as far as setup goes, chairs in the back if people want to sit down, and just have that concert atmosphere. People just want to stand up in that very front and have a good time, So, but some people did get up on the side and continue to dance and enjoy themselves. So it was a really fun event. I'm glad that I went.
And I see some of the pictures. You guys all dressed up, and
Yeah,
everybody came to the
we
nine.
did
And
it.
everything.
Yep,
Okay.
yep, we did it. So
That's what's up.
an interesting question that I will say, because we don't think about these things. Chris James asked, how did you, not Chris James, but someone in the audience asked, like, how did you guys know that it was your end? Meaning, like, Prince's are getting ready to move on, so on and so forth. And what I can paraphrase from Tommy Barbarella is like, it was in the form of a phone call. And he really, really didn't remember the details, but basically he was called back afterwards. Like, Prince called him back, to join band and do a couple of things. And Tommy Barbarella, declined because he had something cooking with Greasy Meal.
Hmm.
So, you sort of know when to say, you know what, this had its time, and now we're going to move on. And he says no regrets. And as far as Tony M, from what I recall, they were always like rearing and ready to go with different tours, and they didn't get on that. So he kind of said that Prince was sort of gearing him toward the Gold N-Word project. And I guess after that, it sort of, dissipated and dissolved. But I thought that was an interesting question.
Okay.
What is, life like post being in this high energy band? Because as far as I'm concerned, Prince's greatest bands were, of course, the Revolution and then the original MPG. No disrespect to anyone who's come afterwards, but he's just had a plethora of talent. But that MPG band was his reinvention, if you will, moving away from the 80s stamp or image, if you will. So yeah, it's really, really fantastic.
Quick question for you, just to get a scope of the community and everything. How late did the event go, and was there any sort of after Prince thing?
Oh yeah,
After?
so DJ Lenka, of course they started a little bit later. DJ Lenka did a party, so they moved all the chairs
Okay.
and sort of set up a party atmosphere afterwards. They did give away a box set. If someone had a symbol underneath their chair, they received a box set. Oh, all of the outfits from that era were on display in the MPG Music Club room,
Nice.
as well as they have the Alphabet Street car out. There's new stuff to see. So if you guys get a chance to get there, I highly recommend it. A lot of the outfits that were in just all of the 90s era, Stacey Lane's work is impeccable. And the outfits still look pristine till this day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
Yeah. So it was really
Love it.
it was nice, good atmosphere. So basically you're what I would have loved, because I'm all for the production side of things. It would have been nice for them to recreate the Get Off video in the MPG Music Club room.
Oh, okay.
So I would have liked to see that.
Okay,
Sort of like what they did at the Chicago Immersive Experience. They sort of did a little small version of that. That would have been fun. The columns, the fire, just the whole set design aspect. Because actually, when Randy St. Nichols had her display there, that was really fantastic.
Yeah, it was. The pearls. I mean, I really love the pearls photo.
Awesome.
Yeah, that really was.
And the pearl, that round little curtain thing that he had on tour with him, that's also there. They brought that out. Yeah, so
And where was
it was good. I'm sorry?
Where was that? Where was that, Tammy? The round pearls. Where do they have that set up in the MPG Music Club?
That's in the MPG Music Club room. Yes. And lots of younger fans too. Met a young man who was on the plane. He came in for the event, and then his friend. It was his first time in Minneapolis, first time at Paisley Park. So I just love that. I really, really, really enjoyed that. And then when I seen him afterwards, he's decked out in his pearls and Prince inspired outfit. So it was really great, really great. So it was a mix of the OGs and new fans. So it was really fantastic.
Love it. Tammy, thank you so much.
You
for
are
sharing.
welcome. You are welcome. You guys have a good rest of your afternoon.
You as well.
And yeah.
All right. We'll
Take
talk to you
care.
later.
All right,
Bye.
bye-bye.
Get some rest.
All right.
Thank you so much, Tammy, for coming on. I know you're dead tired, so I really appreciate you doing that. We got a little insight. And speaking of a little insight, I actually, Kanisa is going to come on next week and talk to us because I do love that Kanisa. I mean, thank God, the Lord, anything you want to say for Kanisa, because she posted the video. And watching this yesterday, I couldn't resist the hologram video because I just adore the hologram. And seeing the video of the making of the hologram just made me want the hologram even more. But obviously, we have it on the original release, but the video is something else. I hope that they actually put it up on the Prince YouTube channel. I think it would be nice for other people to see the making of the hologram. Because it's just like the little details. Like I never actually noticed that Pearl was holding a cigarette until Rabia said that. I never noticed that. I never know. But in the video, you can actually see the smoke, going up in the air. Wow. And then what's crazy is that, Prince, like his hand is going down so slow that I was like, is his hand really going down? Like, yeah, it's going. And how he was almost like a mime, how it was going down really so slow. And then, how he would close his eyes and open his eyes and just, he knew what he was doing. He was like, you're going to get this shot because we're going to make this hologram. So it was really, really awesome to see. And also like Robia, because like on the cover of the original Diamonds and Pearls, she's so in the back that you really don't see her. Like her hair was laid and you don't really see that detail like on the cover. So anyway, I loved the video, the making of the hologram. And I get down on my knees and thank Darlene Easy for that because, I wasn't there last night. So yes, and Tammy said, that they watched the concert, the Glam Slam 92. So it's fantastic. All right. Yes, must have been. I don't know if it's been a lot of takes because I would be curious actually about that because Prince was so particular. I was like, man, he knows what he's doing. Like he was like giving them options. It was crazy. And I don't know if he was directed to do that or if he was like, I'm going to show you how it's done. And we're going to do this and we're going to get this shot. So I think it's really, really impressive. Oh, hi, Anil. It's so great to have you here. Yes, I'm glad to hear that I wasn't the only one. I was like, how did I miss that detail that she has? And I've looked at that cover for decades, and I never noticed that there was a cigarette. Yes, the intensity of his stare. Awesome. So we had. Do we have any more? Do we have any more callers? Or are we done talking about Diamonds and Pearls? And we can get into what did Prince do this week? How are we doing out there?
Well, the line is open.
The line is open. And just and the reason why I'm so say it again.
Operators are standing by. So y'all don't remember.
So the reason why I am so excited to hear from you because I have not received mine. I'm in the still waiting category. So if you're in the still waiting category for your box set, type it in the chat so we know who's with me in terms of still waiting because I'm still waiting. Let's see what Neil's saying. I am disappointed they didn't do a new hologram. They could do some amazing stuff these days. I am also disappointed that we didn't get a hologram, but I am appreciative. But I think, Michael, what they should have done, because I know it probably would have been
Mhm.
super expensive to do the hologram, is have a super, super deluxe, maybe a uber deluxe of like maybe 2,000 copies or 500 copies where you just did the hologram. I would have paid I would have paid anything to get a hologram because I love it so much. So it could have been like that. So here we go. Man Ray is still waiting. Thank you. This is roll call for who's still waiting for their box set. Kim is still waiting. Let's see. Ricky's singing, still waiting. Christina in Minneapolis is still waiting. Oh, this is an entrepreneur. This is an entrepreneur sign. Oh my God. All right. This is so amazing, Vanessa. 10 p.m. That's so great. Yes. Christian, I hope I get mine before 7 p.m. today. It's on its way according to the notifications you get, but you know, sometimes they lie and say, oh, it's going to be tomorrow. Marilyn is still waiting. Yes, yes. Awesome.
Yeah, be careful posting your tracking numbers online like that.
Yeah. Yep, you have to be careful about that nowadays, for sure.
Yeah,
All
I want
right.
to call. I got this tracking number. I want to reroute that to this other address. Can you do that?
So we got a roll call about like who went to the official listening party last night. We got a roll call of who's still waiting. So I want to know like who is going with the vinyl set, who's going with the CD set. Did anyone buy the pearl or diamond vinyl? Because I still need to get the pearl and vinyl diamond. I was waiting until I got the box set to spread out the expenses. And JD says still waiting. And look at Baron got the ruckus. Waiting on the CDs and cream and clear vinyls. That's what I'm talking about, Baron.
All
That's
in.
what's up. All in. That's what I'm talking about. Yep. So for our vinyl, we got 12 LPs and Blu-ray in case we have someone who's on here and they don't know what we're talking about. This is the Diamonds and Pearls Super Deluxe Box Set Edition, which was released yesterday. And some of us pre-ordered and we're still waiting. And this is another way you can see it all spread out. I love this image. And then you can also get a 7 CD set with the Blu-ray. Both of them have the 120-page booklet. And Nikki, with the vinyl, love the vinyl. And Christina's getting the CD. And then Tammy Sam would say that the posts on Tidal have pushed me to consider buying the box set when it goes on sale. I mean, so actually, Michael, you were beginning to touch on this, and I know that everyone's financial situation is different. And obviously, the costs of these box sets are very expensive. But if you can afford to buy them, I really wish that you would, because the more we buy, the more they will put out. And the Blu-ray in particular for this release, I think is critical that we support this particular show, just because one, the quality, like just the video quality, forget Prince, even though we never forget Prince, but the just like the visuals, like it is so clean, it is pristine, and the sound is so amazing that we have to kind of vote with our dollars. And let's say like this doesn't sell out, you know, then the estate might go, maybe we shouldn't put out the Love Symbol box set. I want the Love Symbol box set because there's just so much stuff that Prince was doing around that time in terms of, you know, like all the like TV specials and 3 Chains of Gold video collection. It's just like, it's a lot of material. So I'm really happy that they actually didn't conflate the two. And then obviously something I haven't done today is what I really want is a Love Sexy box set. and more specifically, you've heard me say this till the day I die, the after show box set. So we have to vote with our dollars. And if we don't buy, they're not going to put stuff out. So as we all know, some of us are getting older. I know that I am. I'm in my 50s and I'm not going to be here forever. Tomorrow's never promised, but I'm hanging on till I can get me a sexy, and then I can go on home. So that's
don't say that.
Oh my God, you don't understand, Michael. I have these like, I've been saying my prayer because tomorrow is never promised. I'm
For
really
sure.
big
No,
on
I'm just saying.
yeah.
Don't say that. I can take that and then I can be gone because you'll mess around. Right when that bad boy be delivered.
Yes. But I mean, this is serious business. I mean, it's my lifeline. Like Prince music has always been my lifeline, and it gives me something to look forward to. So I've really been looking forward to this Diamonds and Pearls box set. And my prayer has been, let me just make it, let me see it. I just want to have it in my hands, So I think it's important. All right. And yes, I want a parade box set too, just like everybody else. Hi, Kyrie. It's so great to hear.
We're some Prince fans. We just got we just got something now. We already when the next one. God.
But the thing is, I haven't got mine yet. So I guess
I ain't even got that one yet. Give it time to get
yes. Yes, but what I'm saying is, but I mean, it's been 3 years since the last one.
Yeah. Well, they had some changes in terms,
No, I know. What I'm saying is we have been patiently waiting. I'm still patiently waiting. I haven't listened to anything. I can wait. But I'm just, I believe in manifestation. So you have to speak into existence what you want. And I'm not saying anything I haven't said for the past 10 years. Like even when Prince was alive, like I always wanted the love sexy after shows. I just always have. It's just again. So yeah. All right, so let's look at our slides. So we talked about that, and then I love that Baron is getting the diamonds and pearls. I'm such a designer that I really wish that the clear vinyl was on the left and the pearl vinyl was on the right because it's diamonds and pearls. That's just me. Detail, I know. And then obviously we're going to get our 120-page hardback book. This to me is everything. Live at Glam Slam, January 11th, 1992. I can't wait for everybody and their mamas and sisters too. I'm from the South. And Special Olympics sound check. Can't wait to see that. Can't wait to see the show. And I don't know what kind of quality it is. If it's anywhere near, I don't think it probably won't. I don't think it's going to be as clear as the Glam Slam, but it could be. And then the Diamonds and Pearls video collection, which is incredible. And then also there is the third episode has been released for the Diamonds and Pearls podcast. So Michael Dean, have you listened to the third episode? Because I haven't listened to any of them.
I hear Rosie's on there though.
Yeah. So in the chat, you guys have been so great. Have you listened to episode 3? Any highlights? Is Celie in here? Oh, I forgot. Hey, Celie. What you doing? What's going on? I'm standing on my porch wearing nothing but a waist chain with my phone in my hand tracking my delivery. I hope I don't have to wait too long because I'm not wearing sunscreen. So I hope that are you getting your box set today too? Celie, can you come on? Because Michael had a question about the lyrics of Martika's Kitchen. I'm going to send you an email. And if you can come on. If you can't, you can't. I understand because you have other stuff you need to do. But yeah, we want to hear from Celie about the lyrics of Martika's Kitchen. All right. So let me go back to slideshow here. Okay, so Kim's saying that third episode was rosy focused, really cool and insightful. Robin saying, I've listened to the highlight. I've listened to it. The highlight for me was definitely hearing Rosie's voice. Her daughter says she's doing well, and her daughter told her story of how her mom got to work with Prince. It's also good.
What up,
And
Ron?
let's see. Mark has received their set. And Doc Christian is saying, Rosie's prayer to us was a highlight for me. I was moved by that.
Huh, I got to listen to this.
Yes, the Chiquito Yellow Cloud was out. Such a beautiful guitar. And yay, Becky got their package today. I know you were excited.
Nice.
And hi, Robin. Thank you so much. Yes, please don't text and drive. So it's okay. Awesome. All right. So are we done with our diamonds and pearls for right now, even though we're not really done? I know we're not really done, but we yes, because we're gonna be talking about this for a while. Yes. Check your vinyl corners when they arrive. That's always important. Very much so. And I love this from Scorpio J23. New Jack Swing Prince was off the chain.
Yeah, he was.
Was it you, Michael Dean? I saw someone post it on, I can't remember who it was, on Facebook or Twitter, that it would have been amazing if they would have interviewed Teddy Riley for the box set.
I was saying it would be interesting to hear his thoughts on, the New Jack stuff. You really can see his influence that he had on music at the time. Like when you got somebody like Prince sort of doing their style and incorporating Prince stuff into it. It's interesting. And Prince was good. I mean, his stuff was top notch. And I was like, what? He could have had a whole little run, New Jack run. It would have been very interesting.
Yeah. And I like El Michelle. I'm waiting until all episodes are done and posted to binge listen. I like that. And let's see. Thank you, Laura. I have it on good authority that heaven is one never-ending Prince after show. That's pretty incredible, Laura. Thank you for that. I like that. That's so great. And Tammy's reminding us we have 7 hours of material.
Ooh,
what?
7 hours.
I haven't really looked at the track listing because I just want to listen to it. But they left off Clock and the Jizz. How can you leave off Clock and the Jizz when? Okay, I want everything on the Get Off.
Pause.
Oh, why can't I find anything when I need it? Hold on 1 second. I can't find it.
Yeah, 7 hours of material that's a masterclass right there.
I can't find it. So that would be like, oh, there we go. That would be like leaving Violet the Organ Grinder off for me. So with this, let's see, I can't read backwards. Well, we got Get Off Extended Remix, House Style, Violet the Organ Grinder, the Flute Instrumental, Gangster Glam, and then Clock and the Jizz Instrumental. I love instrumentals personally, and that's one of the reasons why I love Madhouse so much. So it would have been nice to have Clock and the Jizz on there. That's just me. Oh no! So
edits, the edit.
I hate the edits. I mean, I'm not going to be critical, but the one thing I will be critical of is I hate the edits. And the reason why I hate the edits is give me the full song and then give me other songs than the edits. Why you need an edit? All right. So we have a guest. I'm so excited. All right. Hi, Lee. Welcome.
Hey.
What's up, Lee?
I've got to stop the YouTube is still on.
Okay.
Right there. Right. Gotcha. I'm so sorry. Thanks for that. The StreamYard. That's my contribution for the morning.
I love that. So
Yeah,
Lee, tell us where you...
I quickly got in my t-shirt as well, like, and put my hat on, like, quickly. Like, if I'm going to be on, then I've got to be representing. So yeah, hello and thank you. Lovely to be on here.
Yeah, and you got your MPG hat on.
Yeah, I've got my MPG hat on, which is I'm rocking it today. Yeah, and this is actually I don't want to promote bootlegs, but this was actually a bootleg shirt that I got on my first ever gig, which was Prince on the Diamonds and Pearls tour at Manchester Main Road. So yeah, that was it was quite,
that shirt don't say Prince and the New Power Gentrification, does
it? The New Powder Generation or something. Yeah. So thanks for having me anyway. That's really nice to be on here after staring at you guys practically every week. So yeah.
So tell us where you're. I know where you're located, but let everybody else know.
I'm in Bath in the UK, which is kind of near Glastonbury. If people don't know where it is, like the Glastonbury Festival, it's kind of near there, and it's right near Bristol, as you well know, D'Angela. But yes. It's like 10 minutes train to Bristol. So most of the fun happens in Bristol, to be honest. Bath's very I know all my friends, I used to live in Oxford, and all my friends from Oxford come to Bath and they go, God, it's posh here. And if people from Oxford are saying that it's posh, then it's posh. And I was really pleased that mine arrived in the.
Hold on one second. Let me solo you.
It arrives in this box, which was almost as exciting as the actual thing, because I was just like, yes, it's here, and so it goes, and it opens like that, and then I'm trying to get this on camera, and then it opens up, and then the thing's inside. Did you want to see the thing, or is it going to spoil things for you?
No, I want to wait if you don't mind.
Yeah, okay, but no, that's fine. That's fine. Your bit's good.
Say it again.
Your bit's good. It was the second one I read after Chuck D. That's not, being second to Chuck D is good in anyone's book, I think. So
Yes.
I've actually met Chuck D, so I have like a personal connection where I was kind of like, I want to read, and it's the first one in there as well. So it's not rocket science, but yeah.
So when did you get yours? Yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday afternoon, and it's I produce artists for like a living, and I had a kid artist around, and he's been here for 3 days recording, and I had my Prince symbol on, and I had to explain. He said, "What's that around your neck?" And I was like, "Oh, it's the Prince symbol." And he's like, "How do you pronounce it?" I said, "You can't," and like kind of told him about the whole, changing his name, struggles with Warner Brothers and everything. And this 18-year-old kid, and he's like, wow, and everything. So so that was cool. And then he was round recording yesterday, and then the phone thing for the delivery man went off, and I was like, hang on, stop the session. And I quickly went and answered it. I said, okay, I've just got to run upstairs because I think it's going to be something worth stealing. So I don't want it to get stolen whilst I'm not there. So I ran up and quickly got it, and it was in a purple bag as well, which I ordered it from there's a Prince shop in England. That's right. Yeah, and I was really worried because I ordered it from them. I thought, they're going to have to get it and then send it out to me, so I'm probably not going to get it until ages later. But they know how much we need it. They're obviously, being fans themselves, they were like, oh yeah, gotta get it out because people are going to be like, I need it now, so kind of thing. So I was like, okay, right, how soon can we end this recording session so that I can get on with listening to this, And luckily they had a long journey back, so they finished about 3. I had some wrap up things to do, and about 4:30 I started. Right, okay, it's everything. I'm not going to be bothered, and I got my food sorted and everything, and got a drink, and then I was ready, and then I just sat there listening through all the vault stuff. And then when I was cooking, I put on the edits disc, which I mean, I thought it was a bit stingy how they didn't put Get Some Solo on the edits disc. It's only a minute long after all. Do you know what I mean? You could fit that on. And I'd rather have had that and Clock and the Jizz and stuff than the actual edits. But it's really nice having Call the Law and Horny Pony. That track is so underrated. It's so hilarious. When he's there's that woman who's going, oh God, he's just too weird throughout like the whole song. And he says, who do you come with? She says, no one. He says, you know who you're going home with? And he goes, yeah. And she goes, oh, that's nasty. And he goes, yeah, like that. And it's so funny. It cracks me up. So that was that's and what else is on there? There's some the Willing and Able video version is nice to have an audio version of as well. So and that's it. It's really really good. And the Vault discs. It's the first one that I feel like it's really, really for fans. Like I mean, I know that sounds weird, but like this one, it's properly for Prince geeks, nerds kind of thing, you know, which is like really nice from my perspective, you know, like it's got like just it's got two things which are the same song, which is Blood on the Sheets and Dark Side. And like they're both kind of developments of the same riff, essentially, kind of thing. And one is just him and Levi and Michael, and then the other one's got Tommy and I think Sonny on bass, and then Levi on guitar and stuff like that. And it's just really nice to hear the two like versions of it. I know there's been things a bit like that. Like there's ones where it's got like the Prince version and then the band version on previous things. But this is the first thing where it's like, oh, you've got multiple, you know, developments of the same track, so it feels really like deep cut-ish. So I've just been and reading through all the notes with each song is like that's like a pleasure in itself. I remember like always any Prince album when it came out is like, right, just gonna sit here, just listen and read through the you know the inner sleeve and everything, and you know who's this Michael Koppelman dude, and you know all that kind of stuff, and you know, and now just reading through all of that, it's the closest we can get to that kind of experience. So you know, like I feel like that's a real nice kind of thing for like any Prince fan who's really devoted. They can still have that cool experience of, you know, getting something and reading something with it and being totally immersed in it, you know, which is. And Prince music really rewards being so immersed. It's really strange as well because there's all these, lots of them are like alternative versions of tracks that are on the album. And so you can make I've already started making like an alternative Diamonds and Pearls kind of with the, you know, the Thunder Ballet at the start and then the Daddy Pop 12-inch and then the Diamonds and Pearls extended. And then instead of Strolling, I put Letter for Miles because it's got a walking bass line. So I thought, okay, that slots in there nicely. And so, I'm kind of like building my alternative. It's a bit longer already. It's like 16 tracks instead of 13.
Wow. I kind of did the same thing, but I did a playlist taking the tracks. I called it New Power Swing.
Right.
Sort of emphasizing more of some of the new Jack type records. Just
wicked, it sounds like I've got a really nice speaker system because obviously it's for mixing bands and everything. So I've got like these Bang & Olufsen speakers for like which are really warm, and then also these Philips ones that are really bassy underneath it. And so it's coming through like 4 speakers, and it's like warm but also with the real fat bottom end. So all the new Jack Swing stuff is sounding so good, and and it's one of my pleasures as well.
How good it sounds, actually.
Yeah, I mean, like even, and being honest, even the album itself, like stuff like Push and Jughead, like that bass line on Jughead really leaps out, and you're like, oh, that's a crazy good bass line. And Push has just got like, I don't know, I always thought of it as faster in a strange way, and now that I listen to the remaster, it sounds like it's like a slow jam, like not slow jam, but a slow kind of, you know, funk kind of thing.
It's like you can hear the fullness of it. I don't know how to best describe it. To me, it just feels like it's a lot more fuller than I thought. I maybe just didn't hear it back in the day, but I was like, wow, there's some drum sounds and different things that I just didn't really hear properly
Yeah,
it
on
makes
Walk,
a
Walk, Don't
difference.
Walk, there's that one drum that sounds like all kind of weird. It's like a distorted bongo or something, and it's like, what's was that always there? Like, have they added that kind of thing? And also the way that I don't know, like the way I know because I know these songs like so ridiculously well. Like this was an album that I had in my headphones and listened to it just non-stop all the time. But for some reason now, like you kind of know the top line of it, and you know the groove of it, if you know what I mean. Now all the bit in the middle is all the blanks have been filled in, and like there's whole kind of bits where you just know like the melody. One just knows the melody, and then suddenly there's all this kind of rich, like alternative, you know, counter, like kind of chords that back up the melody but don't play that melody. And you're like, wow, it sounds almost like a new record, and that's I guess as good as we can hope for, really, isn't it?
Have you had a chance to listen to the Glam Slam?
No, not yet. I'm saying that actually. I'm going to listen to Bath. The one bit I did listen to was on headphones because they dropped that really early, and I couldn't resist because it had the Sacrifice of the Victor live, and I was like, what? And what a good version! What a good version it is as well. It's so good with the steels on it and everything. And and when I was listening, I listened to a little bit of Thunder, and I noticed they'd done a really weird thing where they'd mixed. It's like the guitar and the keyboards or something are all in one ear, and then it's like feels really empty. You know, like on some old Hendrix records.
Yeah,
when you put them on headphones, you got like the guitars and drums and bass are all over here, and then there's just some vocals and some lead guitar on this side or whatever. And it's almost like that. It's like the drums are across both, but all the weight of all the music is all in one side. So I thought actually that one's not going to hurt if I listen to that one in the bath on the CD player. That one's gonna like it'll probably sound just as good, kind of, you know, just being listened through there. So yeah, I'd almost like to have a button where I could press it and go mono, so that it was just like all in the center kind of thing. So it really throws me because I'll be lying like back on my bed or on my sofa or whatever, and I'll start leaning my head because I've got like so much music in this side. It's like
too much funk over here.
I'm putting a crick in my neck with all this.
Well, Lee, thank you so much for coming on. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to.
Absolutely my pleasure. No, kick me off. Yeah, you've got a book club to do. But yeah, lovely to and officially speak to you both in person. Big fans of both of the work that you do. Working it like a job and working it like a life.
Thank
cool.
you,
But yeah,
Lee.
thanks very much. Thanks for all these weeks. They've been really great. Like absolutely superb job.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
All right.
Bye, Prince fans.
Peace,
be wild.
Peace and be wild.
Yeah.
All right. So I really do want to do the book club because we still do. And Michael, if you need to leave, I totally understand because we're an hour and a half in. But you know me, I am committed to this book club. And we got some reading to do for this week. And before we do, I didn't even know I could do that. I kind of like that. That's interesting. Okay, I'll have to remember that. I'm still learning StreamYard. Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited. If you enjoyed the conversation with Lee Christian just now, we're going to have so many conversations on December 9th and December 10th on the unofficial Diamonds and Pearls Super Deluxe virtual celebration. We're going to be going for several roundtables of discussions. Hopefully this will give time for everybody to marinate on the songs, listen to the songs, watch the Glam Slam show, Special Olympics, video collection, everything that you need to watch. And we're going to be doing that all day on December 9th and all day on December 10th. And again, it is not a symposium. It's going to be similar to what we did for the Sound of Time Super Deluxe celebration that we did, as well as the Welcome to America virtual celebration that we did. And the main difference between these celebrations and a symposium is that there will be no presentations. It's just roundtable discussions all day, every day. So a lot of talking. So if you can't stop talking about this release, in which I hope that we will not stop talking about this release, because even though I haven't gotten it, just the Glam Slam show alone, we should be talking about like forever, because it's so incredible. I hope that you'll join us. Okay, So I actually need to go all the way back because we didn't even do all of our housekeeping again because we have to do this. Yes. So
That was
we're
a hell
at
of
week
an intro.
Yes, rewind. I wish I had a rewind sound that I don't have. But week 43. Speaking of which, I forgot to ask Lee Christian something or say something to Lee. Only maybe Lee will understand. So I'm talking to Lee. This week was the 10-year reunion of Banga and Scream in a club playing UK dubstep. And just watching the videos gave me goosebumps. And Banga is like one of my favorite musicians of all time. I saw them once when they came to the States, and I couldn't believe they hadn't played together in 10 years. And it made me want to move back to Bristol. I've always wanted to move to Bristol. And then after seeing the clip, I was like, I need to move to Bristol. So I just wanted to share that with someone that might understand how incredible it is to have those two guys back together in on the same tables. All right. So what does Prince do this week? Is not affiliated, associated, or connected with the estate of Prince Rogers Nelson. We're going week to week, not date to date. I'm doing this super fast. This is the book club. There's a QR code, bit.ly/Prince Book Club. You do not need the expanded edition, but it would help because that's what we read. And these will be archived on my YouTube channel at Polished Solid, as well as Michael Dean's YouTube channel, which is at MDean. Please subscribe, like, and help spread the word. And I am going to actually stop the ticker so that we can actually concentrate on our book club. And the hashtag is WDPDTW. WDPDTW. And what we played earlier, and we might as well just play it again just to get in the mood of the book club. Why not? Is 6.5. And it's actually one of my favorites. Let me do this is the original vinyl. I love the back covers of all the singles and all that jazz. All right, so that's what we played at the top of the hour. That's what's in the background. And hold on. I don't want to step on my Madhouse vinyl. That would not be cool. All right. So let me go through this. We've done all that. So this week in 1983, there were 3 studio visits. And there was one on Sunday for Wednesday, basic tracking. On Monday, there was more basic tracking, vocals by Prince, vocals by JJ, which is Jill Jones. Because back in the day, I didn't know who JJ was. I thought JJ was Jesse Johnson, to be honest, for a hot minute. But then I realized that.
For a second. I'm like,
what?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I never thought about that. That is funny, Michael. And then sometime we don't really know, Duane is estimating that perhaps the piano and the microphone, 1983, was recorded around this time. And then a little key bit in the book, which I think is important, is that Vanity reached out and talked to Prince because she was leaving Minneapolis and they decided to meet up and talk. So Vanity was essentially out of there because last week we actually talked about Apollonia being cast. So, yeah. All right. So Sunday, Wednesday, we're going to turn to page 187. So Michael Dean, do you mind starting with a quote?
Okay, we're ready. Sunday, October 23rd, 1983. Wednesday. Then we're going to the quote. My bad. Wednesday was a little piano piece that he was playing upstairs for quite a while before it was recorded. Susan Rogers. It seemed like every musician in Prince's orbit was getting some sort of music for the movie. Today, Prince worked on a tune called Wednesday for Jill Jones. Re recorded it at his house, and he had put a guide vocal on it, remembered Rogers. But it was written into the film as being a piece for Jill. It was written into the storyline where she was going to be someone who is madly in love with him. Prince sang along while he played the piano, but then overdubbed several layers of his own voice to fill out the song. The following day, Prince would re-record the track from scratch with Jill's vocals. Status Wednesday, 1 minute and 41 seconds, was shelved and has never been released officially.
All right, Wednesday, and we are going to keep it moving just because we're getting to the end of our time together. So on the next day, which was Monday, October 24th, we did more work on Wednesday, and then there was basic tracking for Father's Song, and the engineer is still Susan Rogers, and we're reading from pages 188 to 189, and I'll do the reading this time. This is a quote from Jill Jones. Wednesday was a really sweet song. It was a piano song. We did record that at his house. He mic'd the piano upstairs to downstairs. It had these really dark lyrics, but I loved it. It was very whimsical. This is Duane writing. Prince played yesterday's take of Wednesday for Jill as a reference, but then asked her to put her own spin on the song. The lyrics touched on how serious Jones's character was about Prince and hints at her possible suicide by threatening, if he doesn't return home by Wednesday, there's no telling what I might do. Those are lyrics. There's no telling what I might do. For today's session, the words were adjusted. So Jones saying that she contemplated your embrace instead of contemplated suicide to mask the number's dark tone. Now, I wonder actually if this was Jill saying it was too dark or if Prince thought it was too dark. That would be an interesting question to ask Jill. On this date, Prince sat at the piano making suggestions to Jill during multiple takes of the song, looking for the proper energy and tone for her voice. At times, he was asking for breathy, sexy, and very dramatic. And by doing that, he expected that it would be funny for her scene. In the movie, remembers Jones, it was me at the piano playing and singing, and then they cut it out. I really wish they hadn't cut out this scene. You know me, I want as much Jill as possible. I would love to see the outtake for that. So if they re-release, I'm going to manifest this if they re-release some like an expanded Purple Rain, the making of. I hope that is in there. It would be great to see. He said he was really sad about it. I really did not believe him. That definitely sounds like something that Jill would say. Magnolia explains his process regarding that scene. I shot a portion of it in the movie. I put the camera like an inch off the ground and was able to track across a very shiny floor right up to her legs and her face playing the piano. Freaking gorgeous. But that's before Prince shows up and says, "What's cooking?" And I guess this is Magnolia. She's great, great, great. She's beautiful. Oh, maybe this is still Prince, actually. She's great, great, great. She's beautiful, but where the H is it going? It was like a different movie. In addition to Wednesday, Prince decided to revisit a piece of instrumental music he incorporated in Computer Blue 2 months earlier. According to Prince, Father's Song was written by his father, John L. Nelson. His father was hanging around during the recording of a lot of the album, remember Peggy McCreary. During that time, people came out of the woodwork. He was all of a sudden reclaimed during the Purple Rain era by his family. He liked his dad, and that's why that song sort of hit home. This is Lisa talking. Prince and his dad had a very deep, important relationship. His father was a piano player. Prince really looked up to him. Their relationship needed a lot of healing. This song was a healing gesture. It is likely that this was recorded for the scene in the movie where his father, played by Clarence Williams III, played the track on his piano, which can be seen at 57 minutes and 44 seconds in the movie. Although the version that was recorded today didn't end up in the film, it was a placeholder and was given to Albert Magnoli for rehearsals and storyboarding. I want that version. The song is a piano-only track containing no vocals and no overdubs. A copy was made at the end of the session. Prince would add synths to the track in late November. Status: the overdub version of Father's Song, 5 minutes and 22 seconds, was included in the Purple Rain Deluxe CD set in 2017. The piano version of the track, 5 minutes and 15 seconds, remains unreleased. Again, want this version. Computer Blue uses the melody at 2 minutes and 30 seconds on the release version. The number was featured in the movie, but the film's version was from a take recorded in 1984.
Wow.
Jill's version of Wednesday, 1 minute and 40 seconds, remains unreleased. And all right. So we're going to move on to our next day. And this is where, Duane really doesn't know like when exactly this happened, but it was essentially released as Piano and Microphone 1983. So we are going to read pages 190 to 191. You can start off, Michael, and if you get tired, I can take over. But this, real quick, these are the lists of the songs that he plays on Piano and Microphone: 17 Days, Purple Rain, A Case of You, which we know is Joni Mitchell. Mary Don't You Weep is like Spiritual, Strange Relationship, International Lover. Wednesday, which obviously is on his mind because he's been working on it the past 2 days. Cold Coffee and Cocaine, which I always loved when I first heard it. Why the Butterflies. So the reason why I voted those 3 songs is that they're new as far as I can tell at this point in time. So take it away, Michael. Page 190.
Get blue. Wait, it doesn't say. If you really want to know about Prince, who he is, listen to his music. Harlan Hucky Austin. Few people understand Prince the way his bodyguards did. Hold on, let me get more comfortable. Few people understood Prince the way his bodyguards did. They were with him in every situation and guarded him with their lives. And they were able to have a perspective on the man that is unrivaled because it was with him, because it was with them that he let his walls down, revealing his human side, or at least as much as Prince would permit himself to be exposed to others. Just wanted to stop for a quick second. I sometimes don't think about this, but I've interviewed a couple bodyguards. It's very interesting that Prince had such a presence of bodyguards throughout his career, almost as if he was like some political, he's obviously, he carried himself in a very high regard that he had to have security around him to protect him, I guess, from whatever. It's just very interesting about it.
Well, who told the story about Prince was in a hotel and he said that he heard somebody in the walls, and it turned out that someone had crawled into like an air vent or something, and he was right that there's someone. Does anyone remember that story and who told that story? I mean, because, and then, there were stories of people showing up at his house. I mean, I think he needed them personally.
It's just as a trip. Like, I assume it was a lot of people who really liked him, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it was like, they can be very overzealous, or I don't know, take it too far, I guess. But he had to have protection at all times. All right.
I probably interrupting you, Michael. I know you're a movie buff. There is a movie called The Fan with Robert De Niro.
Oh,
have you ever seen that film?
Wesley Snipes. Yeah.
And Wesley Snipes, yeah. So, yeah.
All right. His music told an awful lot about who he was, and it was never for show, explained Prince's bodyguard Hucky Austin about the music he created during this era. I think those were really challenges that he was experiencing during that time. Prince's world was intertwined with his music in a way that often revealed more than he probably realized. For solace, Prince would sometimes just play an instrument as a form of meditation, and often his piano was his gateway, and his song choices could sometimes be a window into his mental status and mood. Prince's home studio was on the lower levels of his house, but the piano was on the floor directly above, wired for sound and patched into the recording console. It was very common for Prince to sit at the piano and just start playing his thoughts of the day. On occasion, he would place his tape recorder at the piano and just play without any engineer present. It is unclear how these tracks were recorded, but either way, this piano exercise likely reflected his state of mind at the time. With only a few days left before the start of filming on November 1st, Prince was rapidly finalizing as much of the music as possible. The pressure to complete this must have been difficult for him, especially considering that outside of touring and working with the record label, this is the most control over his career he had ever handed to others. In retrospect, it is easy to think that the success of Purple Rain was eventual, but the truth is there was no guaranteed success. In fact, the odds were stacked against him, so it was likely a time to take stock in various aspects of his life. His entire career was preparing him for the next few weeks, and he was on the verge of finally realizing all the dreams of his career. If the film went as planned, people would understand him as a multi-talented artist, and the film could make him and his music immortal. If it didn't, it would be a critical setback in his upward trajectory. Several of the songs played during this piano session likely reflect what was being tossed around in his mind. And I'm going to hand the baton off to this young lady with the yellow shirt.
Yes, the get off shirt. Considering how chaotic it was during this period, it makes sense that the bulk of these tracks were freshly recorded. 17 Days, Purple Rain, A Case of You, and Wednesday were all introspective tracks about human vulnerability and had been worked on recently, so they were not hard for him to mentally retrieve. Cold Coffee and Cocaine. Speaking of mentally retrieving, like, I don't understand how Prince has written so many songs, and in live and concert, they would sometimes pull out songs, from way back. Like, how do you have, like, I guess, musical memory, and you can just, like, and I know that they probably did some rehearsing in terms of changing the set list, but I'm sure there might be one night where Prince calls out a song and the band looks around and go, like, really? Like, you really want us to play this? We didn't do a rehearse. I'm sure that happened. All right. So had all been worked on recently, so they were not hard for him to mentally retreat. Cold Coffee and Cocaine was a phrase he'd sung during a September jam while trying to write a new song for the time. And let me use my inside voice. Sorry about that. And considering that they just recently performed at First Avenue and were likely rehearsing at the warehouse, keeping Morris Day and the time together for the movie was probably on his mind. It is also understandable for him to include Strange Relationship because the song was written about vanity. And now that they'd broken up, she was leaving Minneapolis for good. Prince wasn't one to look backward. He was about racing forward, which served him well as an artist, but may not have helped him grow as a person. By his own admission, Prince worked very hard not to get trapped in the past. There is no additional information about Cold Coffee and Cocaine and Why the Butterflies, Mary Don't You Weep is a traditional pre-Civil War spiritual song that has been performed by a wide variety of artists, including Aretha Franklin, Pete Seeger, Bruce Springsteen, and the Kingston Trio. The session was released posthumously as Piano and Microphone 1983 in September of 2018. And this is like a coda. On October 25th, Vanity reached out to talk to Prince for the first time in weeks. And after speaking on the phone, they decided to meet up and talk. In spite of everything, I'll miss and love him, Vanity wrote in her diary. He showed up at First Avenue and said a genuine hello. Come to think of it, we never said goodbye. I cried, of course. After talking, they parted for good. She'd been replaced in the movie, and she was already packed and moving out of Minneapolis the following morning. days before the movie was to begin shooting. Now, I know you can't go back in time and change things, but I would have loved to have seen Prince and Vanity in a movie together, whether it was Dreams, Purple Rain, or even later for that matter. So I always get a little sad when I realized it was so close. It was so close. But nope. Vanity was like, I'm out of here. Now, in terms of really quickly, I'm gonna go solo. I really love the release. I know some people don't like the release of the piano on the microphone 1983. I love the release. I think it's designed beautifully. And this is a connection to Diamonds and Pearls. Matthew Patone did the singles box set, but Alex Tinta actually designed the box set, and Alex Tinta also designed Piano and the Microphone 1983. It's the same graphic designer who did this box set that's doing the Diamonds and Pearls. So there's a tie-in for you. And this is what it looks like on the back, but it is the inside with Prince's lyrics. I guess you guys can see that, yeah. And how the CD, and it's a little crooked, but the CD aligns with the lyrics. And then obviously you have this amazing photo, Alan Bolio. And then you also have the booklet that comes with it. And then it also has like a photo that you can frame that I still have in there. I haven't framed it because I don't have any wall space. I got too much prints up already. And I want to actually read just a couple of things in here. One from Don Batts, who is one of Prince's engineers. Got 9 minutes. I can do this in 9 minutes. And I want to read this. And I think I read it before, but I love this essay. And it says, my name is Don Batts, and for many years I took care of technical business for Prince in Minnesota. I was his guy and worked with him year-round. I've always been reluctant to talk about Prince out of my deep respect for him, but was recently persuaded to help unravel some of the mysteries that reside in the vault. I'm going to skip a couple of paragraphs. So let's get down to what's documented on this special cassette recording. These songs are how things started out. I call them refs for like references. These are something crude. These are sometimes crude and quick recordings of an ideal on tape around which Prince would then build a finished multi-track recording. The evolution of songs from inception to completion almost always included overdubbed instrumental and vocal embellishments. So we are very lucky to have this raw, sonically imperfect cassette recording that reflects precisely what was happening in real time that day or night, as was mostly the case back then. And this is the reason why I think this is a really important release. And I was thrilled that they actually released it because we are very lucky to have this raw, sonically imperfect cassette. And yes, it was released as a bootleg, but for me, I just like the packaging they did, the liner notes, and the whole 9 yards. What is evident here, aside from the obvious caliber of the material, is Prince's total commitment to conveying emotion through performance. This was a man who completely inhabited the music. And it goes on, but I'm going to stop because we don't have time for that. Now, there are 2 more essays in here, one from Lisa Coleman, and then also one from Jill. And I just want to read what Lisa wrote about Wednesday, cold coffee, and cocaine, and why the butterflies. I'm not going to read the whole thing. So this is Lisa. Lisa says about Wednesday. Actually, I'm going to skip that one. I'll read Jill's. I'll read Lisa's cold coffee and cocaine. Now, Prince is digging in, feeling cocky, and now he wants this idea to show itself. So he has given its form. Here is a great bit of Prince humor, cheesy, no breezy, cheesy, oh Lord. And why the butterflies? A simple groove, a false start. Prince being harmonically playful and maybe a little frustrated for a moment, and then he starts again. This time slowly and seriously. He settles into a simple pulsing groove. He sings Mama, and it's beautiful. This is Prince reaching for something. This is revealing and personal. I love this side of Prince. I think this might have been where his thoughts of When Doves Cry came from. That's an interesting insight. The examination of self and family relationships, and butterflies. I can almost hear his heart beating. The constant pulse of the piano, both soothing and relentless. Where's father? And then it stops. So that is Lisa. And
It's
then
kind of an underrated release, actually.
say it again.
I said that release is underrated to me, actually.
Yeah, I know. That's the reason why I'm taking time out to show it and read from it because it has some really awesome information in it. It's beautifully designed, and it really does give insight into Prince's process. And like you said, we have some of this stuff, but newbies might not have access to some, of this stuff. And so I think it's really great for someone who might not be deep into, all of Prince's material to actually be able to get this so that they can actually hear what his process was like. So I actually think it's a really important release, and I'm really glad that even though I know a lot of people don't agree. All right. This is Jill now. And again, I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm just going to read about 3 songs. I'm going to read about Wednesday first. And Wednesday, Jill says, we were in the throes of Purple Rain development. His eye and mind was on the prize, and he had such determination to get this script near perfect. And I think determination is a really key word. When I think of Prince, I do think of discipline, determination, like all of that. He wanted to feature me in a song, and that song was Wednesday. In the film, my Jill the waitress character was entirely devoted to the kid. He could do no wrong in her eyes. Unfortunately, the scene in the film got cut. I recall the day he told me. He seemed pretty sad about it, but the storyline just changed the arc of the film. C'est la vie. Now, this is a little different from what she told Duane in the book, which I find interesting. And that's the reason why it's always interesting to read multiple sources when you can to see, but it does, both times she says that Prince was sad about cutting the scene. But I think her response is a bit different this time. All right, cold coffee and cocaine. This is Jill speaking. If Prince felt especially silly or playful, he would start a session rehearsal with a Jamie Starr voice. This voice would have people dying and laughing as he particularly conducted these types of songs in full stream of consciousness. On most occasions, there never were any lyrics. If he had been clowning around with any of the guys from the time, or making fun of an engineer in the studio, or recapping an earlier conversation he had, he would allow his alter ego to basically do the talking and giving the last word summary regarding his account of a viewpoint on something. It was phenomenal to see him do this. Wouldn't that be awesome? Just like be in the studio watching him turn into Jamie Starr. That would be incredible. Priceless. I recall having a conversation with him about my apartment in Minneapolis, and he had stayed there a couple of times, and it was a dump, really. He allowed Jamie Starr to do the talking about that, and I almost never heard the end of it. Not every Jamie Starr song recorded was intended for the time, especially since the time we're going into making their 3rd album and wanting a bit more creative control.
Hitting that vodka. Okay.
No, this is water. I don't drink. I don't drink. Never have. Not even one glass of wine. Not even one glass of wine. I'm anti. I don't need music. Is my only drug, Michael Dean.
I know.
I want to be clear. Let me be very clear. So,
I think I'm gonna need a drink.
You are so funny. Okay. I'm sorry. Inside voice. Jamie Starr, the alter ego, could be a bit cruder than the more refined, narcissistic character Morris Day portrayed so well in the time. Prince had even mentioned to me once how Morris had gotten it down so well. Jamie Starr was a persona all his own, seeking for his eventual debut. I wonder if Prince was thinking about doing a Jamie Starr record.
I wouldn't put it past him. I almost feel like we don't really understand the full sort of thing that was going on with them doing that, and how much of like Morris had to become this caricature as opposed to thinking that's, I mean, for me, I was introduced to Morris as that. So I just think that that's how he is. But when you hear more of these stories, you really get to realize, like, no, this was a whole little bit that Prince created and put that on somebody else. This is how you got to act like this. That's actually pretty amazing. Very interesting. He was even so early. I mean, this is the first protege group. It was an act. It was such a constructed thing. Like, you got to do it like this. You know, I love it.
Yeah, it was a construction. And one more, and then we'll be done. Why the Butterflies? This song was around the time of our recording of Mia Boca, my song. And we were spending time at the house during the break from 1999, the album. It was winter in Minneapolis and freezing cold. I felt bad sometimes for Don Batts, his engineer, who would drive all the way out to set up the mics or do something in preparation for Prince's all hours of recordings. Butterflies, without revealing too much personal info, let's just say that Prince could take anything you might say or do, even when you were not aware of it yourself, and make a song out of it. The Butterflies reference was a sexual one, of course, but there is an innocence to it, a new love blossoming. I used to lay under the piano listening for hours as he would just play anything at all. It was not odd to wake up in the middle of the night only to hear the music and go find him sitting barefoot at the piano playing a song. I thought that was beautiful. And that was Jill from Piano.
One thing I wanted to add was this album, the piano and a microphone. First, obviously, setting aside the confusion of the title from piano microphone concerts.
Mhm.
This album, I think it would have been, if they would have, if I would have been in control of how it was viewed or marketed, I would have probably played up some imagery from the Purple Rain movie in terms of the bedroom set, and like his father, and like those papers of the songs, you don't have to write them down. And I would have sort of had that be like the cover or something. So it made you think like, this would have been kind of, not only is this Prince really just himself playing, but this could tie into this is the kid, his dad's music, just kind of visually tie it into like, you're walking down those steps into the room, and here's all the music. He sees his dad's music and he starts playing, or the picture of Prince at the piano in Purple Rain when he's in the basement or whatever. It made you think, oh, this is kind of that visually what that thing is. But yeah, it's a great release. I think it's something you just sit back and listen to, and you got to really put yourself in the mind and the presence of, I'm listening to a guy at his house playing the piano for himself. It's not some performance it's not even for us to listen to, really. That was never the intent, right? If you think about it, he didn't never think this would come out, but we get to hear it now. It's just very interesting, like, to hear the process. And this is Prince not doing Showtime Prince. This is just him at his house. It doesn't get any more intimate for a person at their house playing for themselves. It's interesting, really. But yes.
And I wanted to respond real quick to Kim. So yeah, the piano microphone 1983 vinyl came with a CD and vinyl, and actually this is a site. It's on sale right now for $22.98. So you can get the CD and the LP, but this doesn't look like this is a different one. I feel like, no, this is the same one. It's the same. Yeah, it's the same one. Yeah. So this is a good price right now. If you want one. And again, I think go ahead, Michael.
No, I was remarking at the price. That is a great price. Wow. $22. That's crazy.
Yes. So if you don't have this in your collection, I highly recommend that you pick it up. I really do. I really, I'm not really into slow music, and I have to be in the mood to like listen to ballads and stuff. But it's something about the tempo of this piano and microphone session. like, cause he's tapping his foot, you know, like it has like this rhythm to it. And his piano playing on this is insane. I mean, it's so rhythmic and melodic, and you know, he's like in Christopher Tracy mode, you know what I mean? Like in terms of his piano. So I think it's a really, really great release personally. All right. So we're come to the end. And I can't believe it. We did pretty good, Michael Dean. I thought, oh, we're never going to stop today. But we did it.
We're in the moment. We're in the spirit of it.
Yeah. All right. So far in 1983, if I did my math correct, and I actually need I'm going to do an appeal to someone out there. If someone is as nerdy as me, can you check my math on some of these numbers? Because I think I messed up on some of the songs. So if you can go back and like go through the book and actually let me know what I've gotten wrong, because I feel like I got something wrong with the songs. I know I have. So I would really appreciate it. So based on if I did my math correctly, there are 75 studio visits total, but hopefully someone will correct me next week if that's not the case. And then I think I know the songs are wrong because I miscalculated something, and now I'm questioning all my calculations. So please go back and make sure I got all the songs for 1983 so far. As far as I know, there's been 38 so far, but again, there could be a mistake, and I've checked out the ones that I'm counting. And then I just want to, I really love that Purple Music Podcast did an interview with Marco of 1999 art. Marco has done some of the graphics for my past symposia. I love Marco's art. I love his books. And I think it's really great when we talk to one another about what we do. So definitely check this out if you haven't. And I am so excited that the Prince exhibition at Mentor Newark is being extended to the rest of the year. If I got my dates right, I'm really bad with dates, so I might be wrong, but it's definitely extended because it was supposed to end on October 30th or 31st or something like that. So it's been extended to the rest of the year, so you can go see it if you're in the tri-state area. And I just want to remind everyone that Brent Fisher is performing on the West Coast at Vibrato on Tuesday. So if you're in the area, definitely check it out because he's doing a tribute to Clara Fisher, his father, which would be fantastic. And we have our accompanying playlist. As always, you can listen to the Piano on the Microphone 1983 in case you're waiting for your box set like I am and you need something to listen to. That would be a really great thing to listen to. And next week, we don't have any reading, but we're still going to be meeting because Kanisa is definitely going to come and talk to us more about the Diamonds and Pearls official release party. And I'm trying to get a couple more people who want to come on board as well. So I hope to see you guys next week. We did. You just missed it, Road Comics. We actually did the first 90 minutes of What Did Prince Do This Week about Diamonds and Pearls. So you were just late to the party. So if you go back and watched, that's the reason why we were running through the What Did Prince Do This Week stuff, because we had spent 90 minutes already on Diamonds and Pearls Super Deluxe. So let's see. And then Lee Christian says, if anyone gets bored waiting for a DMV box, my track with C. Lee hit streaming the other day. Check it out. I forgot you did a song with C. Lee Christian. So you have to look for that. Okay. And awesome. Yes, Road. Yeah, do the replay. We had people call in. We had people pop on the stream. We were all Diamonds and Pearls. Yeah, but we still got to do What Did Prince Do This Week, because, you know, we reading, and I have a commitment to that as well. All right, so thank you so much, Michael Dean, as always, for hooking up the live phone calling and all that jazz. And we can't wait. It was fun. And if I get my box set today, I am going back online to do the opening because I can't wait. So goodbye, all. You want to take us out, Michael Dean?
As usual.
Work it like a job. We'll see you next time. Peace.
This will be the day.
I'm out of here.